Peace and greetings. This is Artist, and this is podcast number 26, I believe. And we're going to talk about activism and yoga. Activism and yoga. Now, all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of crazy things going on in the world right now. And I've heard in certain circles, arenas, if you're a yoga person, if you're a yogi, you teach yoga, you practice yoga, you need to be out on the front line with a protest sign and really fighting against all of the things that are going on right now. And I disagree with that to a certain extent. There is activism in yoga. Okay, there is activism in yoga, but we have to approach it in a way that best suits us and our personality, because that's what it's about. You once you start forcing or trying to strongly influence someone to do something, you're no longer talking about yoga anymore. You're talking about something else. Okay? You can't force someone to be an activist. You can't call somebody out because they're not doing the same thing that you are doing, and you consider them to be wrong because they're not doing what you're doing. That's that's not their calling. Okay? That is not their calling. And a person who that's not really in them to do it, but they go along with the crowd, that's even worse. If it's not, if that's something you don't do, but there's everybody's like, hey, come on, we got to do this, and you just go along with the crowd, that's not the way to do it. That's definitely not the way to do it. Okay? Here's what it is. A person who, okay, what we're looking at is ahimsa. We're looking at the first of the eight limbs of yoga, which is ahimsa. Ahimsa means peace. Okay? Ahimsa means peace. When you put the word himsa means violence, and when you put a in front of a word in Sanskrit, you're talking about the opposite of the word. So the opposite of violence is peace. It's been said that, a, a popular um, a popular interpretation or a popular translation, excuse me, of that word is nonviolence, and that limits the scope of the word just by saying nonviolence, because in our world today and in the world in general, that does not really apply in this world that we live in. The true definition is peace. So what and so we go back to the activism. You first, practicing yogi, need to look at making yourself doing what you need to do to make sure that you are peaceful. You have peace. Find your peace first. Your peace first. Then, then you go out and you help other people to find their peace. You do what you feel is best for you to help other people find their peace, to help the world around us to be peaceful. That's what you do. Now, what does it look like? And that's where we get into the nuances, right? For some people, getting a sign, a picket sign, and going out on the street with other people and protesting, it's in them. It's in their heart to do that. They feel, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel I need to do, right? Most importantly, this is what I feel I need to do, not what someone else is telling me I should do. This is what I feel I want to do. I want to do this. So you do it. Then you have other people who write blogs, who are online, who post things about what's going on, and they give their opinions, and they, hey, they let their voice be known, and they put their efforts out there to help make the situation peaceful. They report on it, say this is wrong. They point it out, right? And then you have another degree of person, which I fall in kind of that degree. I live my life to the best of my ability to try to be as peaceful and as calm and to treat everyone around me with respect and with love. And that matriculates out to everything around me. That is my speaking out against the atrocities and what I'm doing right now at this moment. The fact that I'm talking about this is bringing awareness because everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everyone knows I'm talking about all of the crazy shit that's going on in the world today and how it's terrible. It's awful, right? So everybody has their voice, right? Let people use their own voice. Don't try to belittle someone because their protest is not the way you protest. Because they don't protest the way you protest. They do it in their way. Let them do it in their way, right? When you're forcing someone to do something, you change. When you try to force someone or coerce someone into doing something, you're changing the whole thing. You're putting a little poison into it, right? Do your thing. And I'm not saying don't talk to people about being, hey, do you want to come with us to go stand in the picket sign, with the signs and protest this situation? Do you want to come with us? And the person says no. Don't ridicule that person. Say, okay, that's cool, man. All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow, or whatever the case might be, right? That's letting people play their own role in these situations that are going on is the best thing that you can do. Again, I'm going to go back to the first thing that you need to try to make peaceful. The first person that you need to bring peace to is yourself, right? Once you bring true peace to yourself, then you will know what is best for you. But if you don't have peace within yourself, if you're coming from a place of anger and fear and you're running out, this is wrong. Well, you're just you're fighting fire with fire. Now, there's a thing where people say, "Hey, you got to fight fire with fire. You got to have violence with violence." To a certain degree, that's true. However, there comes a time where you have to put water on the fire. You have to put water on the fire. You have to put the fire out, right? And you can't put the fire out by adding more fire to it. You have to be chill and calm and collected and be able to speak, not to be not to lose control and argue and try to convince someone of your point. No, just be peaceful in yourself and explain how you feel about something, right? You have to use sometimes water to put out fires, right? So again, we're talking about first you find your peace. Get your peace. And then once you find your peace, your intuition, your higher self will guide you in the direction that you need to go into in order to be that activist or in order to help combat what's going on in the world around us. But first, you must find your own peace. So, any questions, comments, or concerns, you know what to do. Until then, my friends, peace.